welcome to another episode of Word Up. We have an extra special one for you this week because we've got my best mate Paddy on. What's correct, Paddy?
That's happening, all good.
Are you okay? Yeah. I feel like we're Russian.
Russian? Hello, we are about to invade Ukraine.
We are fucking Russian. Yes.
Or do you mean, that's a real old one, like, you know, when somebody says, yeah, fuck, I was Russian this morning, and somebody goes, I did not know you were a bullshit.
Yeah. I do, but I love whenever you meet people who aren't from here and you say wee things like that and they go, you are very funny.
Yeah.
And you're like,
that's an old one.
Fuck's sake, my granny told me that.
I know.
We were just talking there about my kids and how mental they are, because Paddy can really identify with that. He has mental children himself. Well, I don't actually know if they're mental, but I just assume they are.
Our youngest one's mental.
Wee Blaine, is it?
No, Korea.
Oh, Korea.
So we have got till the stage where she started hitting people in the creche. And do you know what? It was one of them ones where like, what? That was good, like, that she didn't do it until now.
Oh, I thought you were actually going to say that was a good one. She got it right in the left eye. All right, what age is she?
4.
Well, she's done well to not do it to 4. And at least
she's only in it from September.
Where you can say to her, whenever they're 4, they can understand. Do you know what I mean? I had a biter. Our Kai was a really bad biter.
She was biting too.
Isn't it?
Our project bit too.
Was I? See, do you know something? It's worse to be the parent of the biter
than it is the bitey. Yeah,
of the bitey.
Haunty.
Because you feel like an absolute animal.
He done it one time, and I remember Andrew went down and bought like loads of toys for the weekend. He bit and all, and it was her mate's kids, so she felt really bad.
I would feel even worse with somebody.
It was her mates from work who are technically from the other side. Do you know what I mean?
So
she was like,
it was a sectarian attack.
There's that element on top of it, like,
yeah,
you know,
oh my God,
trying to cross the divide, and they're like, don't be bringing them feelings back. They're biting.
They must be starving over there. They don't feed them. They're fucking taking chunks out of our kids. I can't. Would you do the thing? It's been we were talking there about things that you used to be recommended that they wouldn't say anymore. Now, whenever my child was biting people, a few older people had said to me, you need to bite them back. You need to bite them.
That's the old sort of rub the dog's nose in the shade and let that shade in the fucking hole again. Mm-hmm. Do you know what? I don't know if Alan's back helps. I don't know.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I'm 4 kids in and I still don't know what's right or wrong.
Well, do you know why I've turned around to Zeke? I think is one of those. I think as you do definitely get a bit softer as you have more kids, because first of all, they'll only be eating organic food and they'll only be having this and they'll only be doing that. By the time you get to the 4th one, you go, shut up and eat that fucking chicken nugget at 3 a.m. But I go to, I don't know whether or not that, Zeke, I go, kind hands. And I was in the hairdressers the other day, and my cousin's my hairdresser, and I went to him, he was trailing the fucking head of me, which he does, right? And I went, kind hands. And she looked at me.
Don't give him a fucking slap.
As if to go, here she was. Did you just say kind hands to him? And I was like, yeah, I'm trying to be different from my man. Do you know what I mean? You should just be fucking at your man.
I went up to pick our Bronagh up from her friends, and I had never been to the house before. She just started school. And I arrived at the house and I went in. Didn't know the girl. Obviously the girl then went, fuck, there's Paddy Mcdonnell come to the door. And she's like, come on in. So I went in and Blanche was like, I'm not coming with you. She, like, turned into a demon. I'm in a stranger's house and I'm like, Blanche. And she normally is a good kid, but I was like, Blanche. And she's like, I'm not coming with you. She was like a demon.
As if you hit her or something.
And I was like, and the girl says to Andrea the next day, she was like, I knew like he was going, I'm going to knock your fuck. But because he didn't know. She says he was trying to be dead nice.
He was trying to plan it now. Come on.
I was getting in the car. I was like,
my ma bit her hand. My ma used to bite her own finger, and even if you saw those teeth indents in her finger, you knew you were getting your bollocks knocked in.
My ma was a Thor. She threw stuff at you.
Did she?
And then you had to bring it back, and that was like genuinely. If she'd done a bad throw and it wasn't going to hit you, you fucking jumped into it.
Really?
Because it was better to get hit by the thing thrown. Because so and she was like, hand it to me. You couldn't throw it like, and so you were stretching like out, and she was like, and as soon as she got it, she fucking hit you with it. And then it was close range, so you were better just taking the hit.
Well, that's the Irish mob mentality. My ma used to say, come here to hit you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to walk. It's like, you know, the people that have to actually go up for their punishment.
Stop crying and I'll give you something to cry about.
I'll fucking give you something. You know, like, I've heard of people going up to be shot. and have to lie
Shot by
down.
appointment.
Yeah, they're like 3 o'clock, right, we can't take you. There's a fella I know, and he was maybe, he was selling some herbal products that you're not supposed to fucking, but everybody...
Just fucking say it, bro.
He was selling weed, right? Which I think for fucking palladium, right?
Right.
And
I don't condone selling drugs or anything.
I don't. I condone giving them away. That shit should be free, right?
On prescription?
Yeah, you can't get it on
Well,
prescription.
the whole thing about... Do you know, when I was taxi driving, there was a guy, I brought him till the chemist, and I was like, what is it you were getting there? Like, just talking with him, and he says, glue? And I went... What? And he was like, I get medicated glue. I was a glue sniffer. He says, I get medicated...
Stop it.
...to come off it. And I was like, he's winding me up. And then I looked it up. It's a fucking thing.
Are you serious?
Yes. So,
Just
like, people, see everything that you're addicted to, there's something to wean you off it.
Like methadone for heroin addicts?
But it's not just, like, it has to be a version of it. So he had this stuff that was like glue. It gave the same, but it didn't have as bad of chemicals in it, but it still gave him a slight effect of it, which weaned him down. And I was like, how the fuck do you get glue on prescription?
Oh my God, the glue bags are getting glue. That is imagine him coming out one day and you're going, what do you do with that glue whenever you finish sniffing it? And he's like, well, I made a lovely wee jewellery box here with all these fucking shells stuck
Here, man. I'm off of glue now, like, but I've got that medicated stuff. Do you know what I mean? The way you go in their cupboard and there's a bottle of Calpol and you look at it, it's from fucking 2 years ago.
He must stick on Art Attack and be like, fuck, Happy Days, I've got everything I need.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
When you were watching Art Attack was fucking PV. I used to be sitting there, you were like, right, bog roll holder, tissues, PVA glue. Fuck!
Do you know I wasn't allowed near it in school?
Why not?
I had a thing for putting my hands in the PVA and then peeling
It
it.
all off.
So the teacher called me 3 times. So she was like, "Listen, you have to keep him
3 times.
You have to keep him
3
away from the
strikes.
glue." Like, because when I was putting my hands in, so the glue was everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And the teacher was like, "Who's making this mess?" And then she clicked on it was me, and she brought me up to headmaster. She was like, and he was like, "Keep him away from the glue."
And they're still saying that to this
away
day.
from the glue.
That's what the doctor said.
McDonnell, you're a terrible man for the glue. Pulling it off your hands.
That's not all.
It was class, but it was so satisfying peeling it. But I think that's one of the first times I think that I must have
you definitely
something
do.
on the spectrum.
Yeah, well, do you know
'Cause
what
it's
they
a
should actually
soothing.
give something soothing? Like, see that sensory.
Yeah.
Of like you can like kids love that
Because
sensory.
you know when you sit and you wiggle your leg and you do all that, it's definitely something. There's definitely something there that you have you have them wee mechanisms. When I do job interviews, it was the best bit of advice I ever got. Sit in your hands. Because I would have been in interviews, I'd have been fucking doing all this here and whatever. So
it's called stimming.
There's a guy who says, sit in your hands at the interview like that, so your hands won't move, and then you're just doing the interview. That was the best bit of advice.
Get
I ever
away,
got.
just so you're like, but then you're like in interrogation and fucking over in Castlereagh.
When I go into the cab shop, I said, "I done 2 set my hands." I wasn't there.
Never have I ever been in Castlereagh.
I wasn't in Castlereagh. I've been in Lisburn. I've been in Grosvenor Road. I've been in a couple of cab shops.
Fuck, serious? I was in the one in Newry and that was enough. It was fucking freezing, so it wasn't. The light was all flashy at them. So as well, I wasn't epileptic and I took a fucking fit in the night.
And were you guilty?
I was guilty.
You should have said no. Nobody's guilty. You should have said no. Nobody's guilty. Nobody's guilty.
Nobody's guilty.
There's nobody that done the actual crime. Do you know what I mean?
See, I should have had you in, so I should have. That was whenever I realised I was an alco though, and I actually said I had my solicitor came in and he's one from about the road, and whenever I was going in to do my thing, I just said, look, just guilty, right? I did it, and I went, will you also let them know that I go to AA now though, and that I'm not that way anymore? And he laughed at me, like as if I was just saying it for the crack to like try and get out. I went, no, really am. And he went, are you? But do you know what I mean? He's like, I dead on
This
here.
like I talked about your man up in the solicitor up at Twinbrook, and he always has the big flashy cars. I'd say like in Twinbrook and Poglass. So imagine, right? And he has Aston Martins and Porsches and Lamborghinis and everything at the front. And I used to go, who is it's bringing them cars and set them here like in the middle of Poglass and Twinbrook?
Yeah.
And then somebody says to me, that's the solicitor bar. And I was like, he's a bit mental, Hildeber. He represents all the hoods. The hoods don't go near his cars.
Really?
His cars is the most protected. It's like the watch in fucking Gangs of New York.
Get away.
Oh, they don't touch it because he represents them all.
Probably fucking stole him it too. Here, what do you need? I need off on a big one. I'll get you.
Here, don't be touching your mom's car. He gets us out.
I know I need him to pick me up in the morning. I'm due to get arrested tonight for fuck's sake. But yeah, the guy that I knew that was like stupid fucker get caught.
Selling weed.
Yeah, they said to him, they were like, right, we're going to shoot you. Mm-hmm. So you can either we're going to shoot you one way or another, and it could be really, really bad for you. So you need to show up and just lie down, and we'll just do your knees. And he was like, they were negotiating and all. He was going, one knee or both knees, like just one, just do one. And they were like, no, we're doing two. We're doing the both knees. So we had to show up.
It was normal.
And this was only about 10 years ago. Like, actually, 10, 12 years ago. He showed up and they had like cardboard all lying down on the grass. And they were like, make sure that you don't lie on the ground, but lie down on the grass because it'll ricochet. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, how do you go up? I can barely go to the fucking dentist. I have to get a tooth out tomorrow. Imagine going, right, okay. I'm like, can you sedate me first?
I know.
I
think if somebody says they want to shoot me, I would just leave.
Yeah.
I'd have been away.
You'd have just been cheerio.
Can I have gas now?
Aye, we gassing it. Right, okay, go now. No, wait.
We can't kneecap you next Tuesday.
Getting an epidural over your kneecap.
The anaesthetist isn't in.
Do you reckon the paramilitaries are operating the same way doctors are now? They're like, right, okay, we can fit you in on the Thursday.
Why is it taking 3 weeks to get an appointment there? Fucking need my knees done.
My missus wants me to run a fucking marathon and I need out of it.
Genuinely, I remember some of the hoods going, I can't wait to get my fucking knees done till I get the claim.
Aye, but I remember that. And do you know they used to come up to you in the hospital after and go, you better not fucking put in for a claim. Like if they caught you putting in for a claim, you could get done again.
We walked into an alleyway in Turf Lodge and a fella got kneecapped. So I say I seen a kneecap. I didn't see a kneecapping. I fucking experienced it, right? Because we turned the corner. And what actually, your mom was meant to be fucking keeping dick.
Right.
Turned around to light a fag.
Explain that to anybody because there's Americans watch us. Keeping dick means...
Keeping dick means a watch out, right? Yeah. So this guy turned and he was lighting a fag because it was a blowy night. And I seen him turn and I was going, fuck, it's fucking a scarf and all on, right? And we walked past him and we turned left into the alley and next minute it was just a flash.
Right.
And I can't remember if I heard the bang or if I heard or seen the flash. Do you know one of them moments? Yeah. And I just remember, the way people go, you hear a gunshot, you'll run. Yeah. You don't.
You froze.
We fucking went. And then I just remember seeing silhouettes because it was a dark alley and just like 3 silhouettes.
Shit.
And I went, fuck. And then everything was fucking like, ringing in your ears. And I was looking at my mate and he was like, come on. And we went to turn and your mom came back with a fag and then somebody came running down that way. And then we just got pushed against the wall. It was like, you didn't see anything, sort of thing. And we were like, what the fuck? And then
fucking didn't. It still got stars in my eyes.
I just heard your mom moaning on the ground and I was just like, fuck. And then a wee woman came out and she's fucking putting a blanket over her man and all. And my mate was like, come on, the fuck. Yeah. And we left and we went down and told our mates and they were like, fuck off. And we were like, watch the news tonight. Because there's no phones or anything in. And then it was a man has been punishment shot in Turf Lodge today.
Punishment beating has been carried out. They must have just had that on record
shot
so they could hit play again.
Fuck. But we literally heard one bang.
Yeah.
I heard one bang, he heard one bang, but we seen 3 flashes. So I don't know if your ears fucking just like protect yourself or something. I don't know. Yeah. But I see the flashes and just seeing silhouettes. Like it was fucking mental.
Here, I wonder if that's the only time he's ever been banged up in alley.
Do you remember the crucified your man from Turf Lodge? Do you remember the crucified him?
No.
I forget his name.
Actually crucified him?
Like the real ones are.
Jesus.
The crucified him, build the fence. Like the genuinely, he was a real bad being. Like.
Was he?
Yeah, really. This guy was known like he would have.
I was about to say, well, it would take you to be really bad to have to be crucified, but then look, Jesus was the Lord and Saviour that did it to him, so sorry, ignore that.
Jesus got put up on the cross, we're like,
He deserved that.
Don't get
He deserved
You
that.
don't get that for missing mass.
I had to fucking teach him for running across the water, the cheeky cunt.
Making his own wine for fuck's sake, sure. No,
brought his own drink into the club, that's what happened.
Ernest and Julie O'Gallo have the fucking
That's in
corner
my
on that
material.
market.
I have material like that.
Do you?
Aye, about that, about Jesus being from here and all. It was all about Pontius Pilate being a paramilitary and all. It's all
Oh fuck, he was a tout. He was definitely a tout.
well, Judas was the type.
Oh, Judas was the tout.
Judas didn't get kneecap.
He didn't, did he?
No.
Sure, no, he hung himself, didn't
And then I used to do a whole bit about, the one that betrayed Jesus. Him going up to the Roman soldiers and he's like, right, I'm going to come up, I'm going to do this wee dance. And they're like, you just have to point at him.
he? Yeah.
No, there was a whole bit like, you don't need, he's done the Macarena, that's what it was. He says, when I'm standing saying about doing the Macarena, and when he walks up after it, the soldiers go up to him and go, you needed just to point at him.
God forgive
No,
me.
it was all that.
But yeah, that's fucking right. He betrayed him with a kiss, didn't he? Sure, fuck's sake. I felt betrayed after kissing some people. I felt like I let myself
Just put
down.
lipstick on. Jesus, like, what's that? Is that watermelon or something? Is that chopstick?
What is that? Fuck, you're going to make a fortune in about 2,000 years. But here, yes, do you want to hear the word of the week?
Word of the week.
The word of the week is
Rapacious.
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 She asked the wrong person.
No, here, that's the whole thing.
Rapacus?
No, Rapacus. That sounds like Jesus' good mate.
Rapacus.
Jesus' mate that was like good at busting grapes.
Rapacus was a black taxi driver in Jerusalem. Here, phone Rapacus, sir.
Wee Rapacus around the
My
corner.
grandad was a rapper-upper. Do you know what a rapper-upper was?
No.
So, people didn't have alarm clocks back in the day. So my granddad was a tarmacer, so he was one of the first up. So down the falls, my granddad was a rapper-upper. So on his way to work,
What? He would knock everybody's
he
door.
would wrap the doors until they woke up because people didn't have alarm clocks. You've heard that story?
Was he
He was a
actually?
rapper-upper.
Did they give him any money?
I don't know.
No, it's just
I would say he probably got something. My
He
granddad would have taken out a drink or a bit of tobacco or something.
Aye.
But genuinely, he was a rapper-upper. So because he went out to work so early, nobody had an alarm clock, so
He used to wrap
wrap the
everyone's
doors.
door.
Rapper-upper.
That is fucking brilliant. I didn't even know
Like,
that
that was a thing. That was a thing.
Yeah, like the rag and bone man, that was a thing too.
I remember then.
I'm only human.
I'm on a hero.
I remember the rag and bone man. I do remember him, like.
Do you?
I swear to God.
What did they want? Did they want rags?
They want the clothes, so they came around collecting clothes and old shit. Like, I remember my ma giving them, like, brass stuff and all, you know, from our fireplace she didn't want in the 80s, like, in the white track, I remember. And you're one on the horse and all, I can remember him, like.
Yeah, he used to come around with a wee horse in a cart, didn't he?
He gave you a cup or something, or he gave you, I don't know.
Fuck's sake, rag and bone man that drove past our family and stripped us all naked to fucking rags.
It was probably coming in the end then, like, but I remember on the White Rock Road as well, it was like a proper second-hand shop, like not an antique shop, it was a second-hand shop, like, you know, now you see all the sort of charity shops.
Yeah.
This was like a proper second-hand shop that you would have seen. And I remember people getting in and fucking going, here, have this ring, and your mom going, right, well, I'll give you this if you're not back into. It wasn't a proper
Do you know
pawn
that?
shop,
Do you
but it
know
was
who?
like
Do you know who you're talking about? I was actually speaking to an aunt about him, and what he used to do was right. He would lend you money, but some people wouldn't have anything to pawn. Like, I know that there was one family used to just take the clock off the wall every Monday and bring it round, and then like he would give them the money, and then they would get it back on a Friday, and then they would just bring it round again on a Monday. But if you didn't have anything, you would put just a cardboard box with nothing in it and wrap it up, and like you would just hand over the cardboard box with your name on it, and he'd give you the money, and it would act like a pawn. Do you know what I mean? You'd
But there
get
was
your
nothing
cardboard
in it.
box.
Well, I know
that
the
was
men.
that was on
The
trust.
men
do
done
you
it
know
with
what I mean?
suits. Did you know what?
No.
So the men would have one good suit. They always had one good
For court?
for mass.
Yeah.
So the men all wore suits to mass, but they used to pawn it because it was probably the only good thing they had. You would have one good suit. And my ma told me that I think it was her aunt's husband. He was a wee tiny man, and the son was bigger. So the two suits were brought over, and they were obviously bought at the same time for a wedding or whatever.
Yeah.
So what they would do is you get paid on the Friday, you went over, you got your suit, and then you wore it to mass on a Sunday, and then you pawned it again on Monday.
On Monday morning, yeah.
And then you got your wages and Friday pawned it out.
Fuck.
But what happened was, he sent somebody over to get a suit, but didn't they give the son's suit instead of his suit? So he went to put the suit on that Sunday.
He's like, hello, Mr. Grimsdale.
No, but he was smaller, so the suit, and he was like, I've shrunk! I've shrunk! And he shouted their name, I've shrunk, I'm fucking shrunk! Stood up the stairs and went, that's a fucking wrong suit.
You're fucking drunk.
I'm fucking shrunk! I'm fucking shrunk!
I'm fucking strong. I've been strong from fucking Thursday.
Fuck's sake. That actually ties really well into what the word rapacious
Was it?
means. Because rapacious,
I'm not long, I didn't know, I know. That's why I've been doing that, haven't you?
Yeah, you know, yeah. Well, rapacious is the word for, I liked it because it's aggressively greedy, right? So, like, they can say, like, certain builders can be rapacious because they don't need to, but they use cheap materials and charge extra. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Not all builders.
not all builders, not all men, right? But, like, I think rapaciously greedy, like, rapacious is a way, like, I'm rapacious because, like, whenever I can get really greedy with shit, you know, like food,
Not sure.
like a well share.
If you were enjoying it, you didn't
Yeah.
want a shirt. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like the first time me and Curtis ever had a Chinese together, right? He come over here and you know whenever
On a
you're
boat?
I on a fucking boat from China. But he came over from London and he couldn't get over how cheap the Chinese was over here because over there you have to pay for your rice and all separate, whereas over here it comes with it. So he got carried away and ordered loads of stuff. But see, instead of, do you ever see those people, those weird people that stop eating whenever they're full? Like, they'll leave stuff on their plate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the Catholic guilt in us where man goes, there's children fucking starving
In Africa,
you better. So it's like a
You may
sin.
eat all that chicken fried rice because them kids would love that over there.
Yeah, they'd take your arm off for a bit of chicken fried rice. Do you know what I mean?
I see when I was a kid, I used to go, why don't they just send over loads of Mars bars for them?
Yeah, like
I did. Like,
Mars
in my
bars
head,
for Africa.
There's loads of things when you're a kid that you don't compute. Like, I used to wonder, I used to go, like, we're Catholics. Why don't all the Catholics around the world come over and help us?
Aw.
And I'm sure that there's kids in Gaza at the minute going, why isn't all the Arabs helping? Because as a
Yeah.
kid, that's what you think.
Yeah, you just think like, where's the unity here?
What,
Oh, that's actually making me feel a bit emotional. Stop.
you know what I mean? No, but it's one of them thoughts you have. Sorry, I know we were talking
No,
about
that's
talking about
adorable.
the Chinese with
Yeah, oh yeah, with
With
Curtis.
Curtis.
But he ordered all this stuff and he was like, fuck me, it's so cheap. And he ordered, right? The Chinese came in 2 boxes, right? 2 boxes, not even bags. He came to the door and
For the
I
two of
brought it
us?
for the 2 of us, right? Because he must have ordered.
I do that too.
He must have
I
ordered
buy,
one of
like,
everything on the fucking menu.
I buy about 5 meals, like, and it's not
Honestly. But see, instead of going, I'll have a wee bit of this and a wee bit of that and sure, whatever, I got rapacious. Like, I get really excited.
fucking bag of
Whenever there's
chicken
loads, yeah, like a fucking wee chicken bollock in the mouth and while you're putting out your dinner, do you know what I mean? But I get like, it's whenever I go to Cosmos, I get really excited. I get like overwhelmed. His sister says, buffet Bronagh is the best kind of Bronagh because she just sits there and watches me before she gets up herself because I turn about to about 360 degrees and then I go right and fucking pile everything on my plate and eat it, then going up for more, you know, just, but he ate this Chinese and we were still at the stage we were kind of supposed to be embarrassed about, you know, eating too
You weren't
much.
giving a fuck.
I did not give a fiddler's fuck. So we sat in my apartment and I was horsing it into me like, oh, here she fucking that there's lovely as well. And I ate that much
Good move.
that I literally went to him, listen, and he went, just stop eating. And I went, oh well, take it away from me. So I got him to put it up on the side. And as I went into the bathroom, I found myself picking at the plate again. And he was going, stop it, like you feel sick. And I went, right, okay. So I lay down, here's me, I do this thing. Because I'm a rapacious person. I'm so sorry about this, but it can't be helped. And I lay on my rug. Like a fucking beached whale, right? And I was just lying on the rug on the side going, oh, fuck, oh, help me, put something on the TV, just ignore me, right? And I actually had to get up and vomit, right? No, like the Romans, like fucking greedy bastard vomit. So when I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, I have to make myself sick here, too much. And I was rolling about, and he was just sitting there going, what? He says to me the other day, he goes, I was going, this fucking girl is insane, right? And I got up and went into the bathroom, puked my guts up, was like, oh, thank fuck.
Lay that more.
And then he had more.
Can't let it go to waste.
I know.
Your kids in Africa.
There's children in Africa.
Your kids in Africa.
Sweet and sour shit.
I get Nicole to throw it out for him.
Do ya?
Because see if, and I always come in the morning and go, where's the rest of that Chinese? And she goes, I throw it out. And I go,
See,
thank you.
that's the thing. My ma, we used to get a Chinese on a Friday night. That was your thing.
Yeah.
And
ours was a chippy.
we used to get a Chinese, and on a
One
Saturday,
fish between three
on
of
a
us.
Saturday, my ma used to put it on one big plate and heat it up. And we used to sit round like 3 wee birds in a nest, and she used to feed us. Bronagh, we were fucking like 16 of us. Like,
Oh, right, okay. That's different then. Different vision.
Feeding us off the fucking plate. Do you know what I mean?
Do you
Well,
know?
the next day, Chinese is always nicer.
Because you're like, do you know that?
Cold pizza, yes or no?
Oh, fuck yes.
Oh, fuck.
Absolutely.
Love
Cold pizza.
Cold pizza next day.
Do you know?
See the air fryer?
Yeah.
2 slices, put over,
Aye.
right?
Aye.
Honestly, do you know the tomato paste you buy or that you get in
Puree?
McDonald's? It's a wee tub.
Ah.
It's rich tomato sauce that you use for the mozzarella dippers
Yeah.
because they don't have salsa. Get that. Put a layer of that on it. Put
You're
mozzarella
talking dirty
cheese
now.
on the top and a couple of wee bits of pepperoni and put it in the air fryer. And it doesn't matter what the inside is. I swear to God, you will not have anything nicer.
I thought a person have a fucking calzone.
It is.
Pizza.
It is.
Crumbling
It is
calzone.
better. It is better. And see if you don't have the pizza, just get bread and do it.
Yeah.
Get
well,
a piece
just
of bread,
toast
put
it.
that sauce on, and put the cheese on and the thing. But
Yeah.
we don't know what pizza. It was
Oh, was it great? Do you know my uncle owned the pizza shop and I worked, that was my first job. I worked there from I was about 13.
made yourself sick with pizza, probably.
I did, in a way, like, you know, where everybody, whenever you would go, Mum, we order a pizza, I'd be like, for ages. Because I just got it for
No, I
free
get
all the
that,
time.
yeah.
But I loved it because he would leave pizzas up to our house as well, even after I stopped working there. He would just come up to see us and he would bring in a big tower of pizza, you know, like the one at the start of fucking Home Alone, right? And he would just bring them in and they would just sit there and everybody would just come in throughout the day and munch them. But I would have pizza for my breakfast all the time and I convinced myself it's basically just people have a cheese and tomato toasty for their
It's the same
breakfast.
thing.
That's all it is. Apparently, it's very, very good for you.
What, pizza?
Having pizza for your breakfast. Cold pizza. Because it has everything you need. Carbs, your dairy, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I just made that up.
We are pizza. I think an Italian pizza, maybe. Like, because they do a lot of natural ingredients where
With the
they
fat
make
bread.
their dough and all is made by olives. So
Well, he does. See, my
Do you
uncle,
remember?
he was one of the last people
doing it proper.
that would do it. You want to see him, he would make his own dough.
I
Like,
have
you
2
know.
big pizza ovens I bought. I haven't put them out the back. Like proper
Have you?
big wood
The
fire
proper
pizza ovens.
ones, yeah.
I bought
yeah.
2 of them
My
by
brother-in-law
accident.
has one. Did you?
Yeah.
Guess what?
And
He's like, no, too many kids.
but I haven't done anything with it. I have to get it. Well, I haven't done the work at the back, so that's why I haven't done anything with it. But I'm busting through it quick because.
Well, then invite me up and I'll be a rapacious cunt.
We'll get it once it gets done. We'll have it once we get the back and all done, and everything done. I will have a big comedians party and everybody come up and make pizzas. And
Yeah, that would be awesome. I do, but even though we were talking about fucking being poor as fuck and having to pawn your clock, that's what I mean. People are like excessively greedy nowadays. There's no need for it. Do you remember whenever you were a kid, like, and you thought you were great if you got a bar of chocolate? And like you'd have to share it with your sister, and now everything comes in 4 packs.
We used to throw like £1 in each, and me and my mate Finty and his wee brother Tiernan. And I remember doing it with him. I don't remember doing it with other people. And we would have went to Goodfellas and ordered a margarita pizza and 1 tin of Coke.
Oh,
And would have sat in the steps at the side of Goodfellas eating it.
eating it.
And it was the nicest.
Yeah.
Knowing the cold.
There's
you were
nothing better.
you're
There's
standing in the
nothing
cold with your
better.
mates and-
We used to go to pizza place in Lenadoon because back then a cheesy garlic bread pizza, right? We 9-inch one was only something like $2.40.
Do you
We
remember
used to all whack in and get
when
one.
that was a bakery and that's Rochaps? No?
I
Did
don't
you
know
live
if
in
I-
Lenadoon then? I'm going back.
There was a bakery like
I go
years
back
and years
to-
and years. I was only a wee baby whenever it was a bakery.
I'm going back to about 1982.
No, I was only a wee I was only a wee top.
1982.
Because I remember whenever it turned into a pizza shop.
And there used to be a wee woman worked there, right? But you could get a chip on it. But the chips were that thin. They were like, do you know mini chips, the crisps?
Yeah.
They were that.
I love them. Can you still get
She
them?
used to cut them that thin that they were like, and they were great.
Yeah.
And so they were burnt. So but they were just like crisp. It was a chip. And she used to give you like a big, but it was like a burger. Do you know what you would have got a burger in?
Yeah.
She'd have filled one of them bags with these chips.
Aye.
We used to go in and buy 2 of them, and everybody used to stand the hell in.
There's nothing nicer than eating outside, isn't there?
In the cold.
Because it's the hot. You're
coming out
always
of the
starving
swimmers,
as
coming out of
well.
the swimmers in Alley Town and getting a chip.
Yeah.
Or standing down at the shops at lunchtime with your mates, no in school.
Yeah.
Smoke.
Aye. That's what we used to do.
Bottle of Feta and a curry sweet.
Much was a bottle of Vitaseed whenever you got it. 25p bottle of
19p,
juice. I still call them a 25p bottle of juice.
5p Whoppers. Used to get 5p Whoppers and Whopper bars. They came in mint and they came in mint and they came in strawberry, I think. And then Freddos were like 5p or something.
Freddo, first time here. Do you know?
bars used to be 10p.
Do you remember one bars?
Well, bars, they were dead spicy underneath.
Do you know I
Used to be
can't?
massive.
I can't eat anything like that now because the fucking teeth fall out. I call them filling removers. But see, whenever you were saying about the Fridays, my granny and granddad used to get us a chippy on a Friday, right? And it was obviously always because you couldn't eat meat on a Friday. Good Catholics, you got the fish. So my granny, it was like a fucking religion, right? Well, it actually was. But she'd have sent one of us down and with strict instructions, and it was, don't be getting the vinegar whenever they ask you for salt and vinegar, because it'll only make it all soggy and cold by the time you get it up here. Now, literally, the chippy was about 2-minute walk away. Like, serious.
But that's the way they used to do it.
I used to be like, but you used to have she used to heat the plates up and all, and then you'd have got a plain loaf. Do you know what I mean? And she'd have hit you if you'd have brought up anything else but plain or with vinegar. And our Michelle, who was the most awkward teenager in the world.
Pan loaf and vinegar and everything.
Pan loaf, vinegar. Michelle was down in the chippy one day, and she was my granda had sent her down this time. My granda had no fucking shame in this before anybody had phones. And he rang up. Have I told this story on here before?
I don't think so.
She was in the chippy waiting, and you know the way it is on a Friday, it's fucking packed, you can't get in. And my granda says, did I tell her to
Did
get...
he ring the chip?
He rang the chippy, and
They shouted at her
he
name.
says, is there a wee girl here called Michelle? She has a freckle on her face, like giving him all this unnecessary fucking information. She has a freckle on her right cheek, and our Michelle went, that's me, and says, your granda says, will you make sure you bring up a pan loaf and 6 bog rolls, right? See, whenever she get into that fucking house, her face, it was glowing in the dark, right? You could have lit a cigarette off it. She was going to my granda, I'm never speaking to you again. You fucking humiliated me. Like, absolutely.
In St James's, we used to stand at the shop and all the wee girls used to come out of St Louise's. And we were all off this day. Obviously school was off, so all the wee girls came out the side gate into St James's. And we were all standing at the shop. And there was a wee lad lived about 5 doors up from the shop called Gary. You know exactly. If he ever hears this, you know exactly, right? Because this stuck with him.
Okay.
It's still to this day, it's something that'll be shouted amongst the mates, right? And he's walking down towards the shop, and I mean, brown bombers everywhere.
Right.
The fucking St James's is covered in brown bombers.
Yeah.
We're all standing in the shop. And his ma came out. Gary! Don't forget the bog rolls! Do you know when you see somebody like physically die? It's just so close to that. And I swear that was him.
He was surrounded by all the girls.
That was Gary. Like that still gets that you would still get somebody putting that into the group.
And that was the last
Gary!
time we all saw
Don't
Gary.
forget the balls! Gary went on to be very successful in his job, and I think it was because
Chief
of that.
Bog Rolls
He's like,
supplier.
I need to get out of this fucking West Belfast.
Plus, he never got a girlfriend to distract him.
Gary! Don't forget the ball rolls!
Don't forget them.
It still gets said, you know what I think?
She done him
And you
dirty.
and your granddad done her dirty.
Yeah, he was done
Do
dirty.
you think you have done things like that to your kids?
Well,
Probably.
do you know one time I went out to call our car in the street? This isn't so much as embarrassed. Well, he was really embarrassed by it when I actually thought it was more embarrassing.
Does
for
he
me.
get nicknames?
What?
Has he? What age is he?
He's only 8, so.
Is he in school?
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody's thought to call him Cobra. happening that like.
I know. Well, do you know what? He fucking self-titled. He has a T-shirt running about Cobra Kai, and he's like,
but that's it. Like you would think
you could
because of the popularity of it in school, somebody call him Cobra.
Somebody, I know, but that's like LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool James. Over here, we just get like bird shit and fucking Peccanos and don't forget the bog roll. I'm surprised he didn't get called bog roll for the rest of
No
his
one
life.
couldn't get a worse nickname than what I had.
Why got it you?
Mine was Grape Dick. It can't get any. It can't get any worse.
Is it a wee grape?
Aye.
I'm not joking.
Wait, man from Ireland, of course.
Tell me why you were called Grape Dick.
Because my mate was deaf.
Your friend was deaf.
And he couldn't say Patrick right, so it sounded like Grape Dick.
Grape Dick. Grape
When he
Dick.
said Patrick.
Fucking gig. Oh my god.
I just don't
but
think
you're not going, it's not.
It got to the stage where you just didn't say anything. But what happened was when you went to secondary school, it was a wee bit.
Yeah.
Because it was then on primary school because everybody grew up with each other. But
Yeah.
I think when I went to secondary school and it was strangers going, "What his name is?" They were trying to be funny or smart.
The best part about it is you could say whatever you wanted about him because he couldn't hear you.
Oh fuck! I told you.
But here, speaking
He used
of
to bring the thing in for the teacher, the school,
what to plug in so we can
so
hear.
that so he could hear the teacher.
Get it
The
right.
teacher used to
Did
have.
they have that back then?
Oh, what? He had the wee thing. See if you went up to the side of his head and you went like that, the closer you
Did it
went,
go?
it went. Ooh. So I used to make me tunes and all, no like rave tunes. I used to go.
He's playing the theremin.
I used to go. Fucking cunt. Right? But I used to.
Imagine having Paddy sitting next to you.
He used to leave the. So he used to walk into class. The first thing he'd done, he used to set the mic and the wee box. It was a wee box with a wee mic, and he used to set up. And the teacher used to fucking put it like being on TV, and the teacher would have clipped it on.
Right, so he was a town.
So I used to walk in behind him, and he used to set it down the table, and I would have grabbed it because he can't hear you. And everybody used to go, "Here we go," right? And I used to get it, and I get into the cupboard inside, under the desk, right? And I got the mic, and I was under the cupboard, and he was sitting there, and he was getting his books out, and I started going, "Number 16, will I pick 2 up at Kennedy, sir?" And he was like, "Yes, here he was." Glasses, they give me, and he's fucking, they know it's me. And here he was. 14, where are you now? You pick it up and burn a driver? And somebody in the class went, "What's wrong?" And he went, "I'm fucking picking up a taxi double."
Oh, fucking brilliant. Oh my god. You know what? We definitely are cut from the same cloth. Like, absolutely. Can you imagine I think if a teacher had both of us in the same class, they'd end up signing in. Or actually was a teacher that took a year out after they had me. Like, no joke.
Do you know what? We had a science teacher called, what was his name? Mr. McCaffrey. I think it was McCaffrey. But he was a fucking pure fucking, and his nickname was Farmer because he just sounded like a farmer. Full on fucking, like, big fucking stupid fucking culty accent, right? And we used to go, I used to go, "Sir, how do you spell organism?" And he used to go, "O-R." And we used to go, "O-R." And he was a science teacher. "Sir, how do you spell organic?" "O-R, O-R." And he's like, "McDonnell." It just got, his favourite thing to say was, "McDonnell, get out! Get out!"
Did you get put out too?
Oh, fuck.
I
And
used to
then
get put out all the time.
we were coming, like, it was CCSE, and he was like, "I'm moving you in till where the wee technician is." He
Alright.
says, "I'm moving you in there because it's not fair on the other boys. We're going, it's double award science, we're going for double award science here, and you're fucking messing, you're not taking it serious." And he moved me in, and it was the best thing ever
Yeah.
because I worked, and then I got the double award
You got
science.
your set. Do you know what's it? You must be. It's hard whenever you're undiagnosed. I look now, and I was never mad. I was never bad. Like, you know the way people say, "Oh, ADHD, cheeky, and all this." I wasn't. I was just mad. Always up for the crack. So my Spanish teacher used to call me Chances. Like, that was my nickname. She'd say me because I would get 2 chances to like calm down before it was like, "Okay, Chances."
I
That's
just
it, right?
always wanted to make people laugh.
Yeah.
So
same.
it wasn't me being bold, it was just, And no matter if somebody said, or if I seen something that was funny, or I said something that was funny, I just had to say it. And if it meant interrupting a full class, do you know, like one time, my history teacher, every time he went to write, he was called Dr. McGuigan, every time he went to write on the board, I would do a different animal noise. And why? Like, you know, I sit here now and I go, why did I do that? And it must have been the most fucking irritating thing. But he went to write on the board and I'd be like, Murr. And he used to turn around and go, was that you, Mcdonnell? And I was going, what's up?
Yeah.
Talking about? And then I would have the whole class in, so everybody would go, sir, what are you talking about? And he's like, somebody's making animal noises. We're going, dude, nobody was.
He's got himself checked in the knock break and thinking he's fucking losing. That man's a doctor, he's done a PhD and he's sitting there in front going, what the fuck have I done with my life?
And then he just got to the stage and he was like, I can't deal with you no more, and he put me into another class.
Oh, serious?
And then I was in the other class and I was trying to convince the French teacher who he put me in their room, who was now the principal, and I was going, like, he's insane, he's hearing animals like this. And she was like, Paddy, I heard you doing it. I could hear you. I could hear
you too.
Yeah. And I was like, you didn't hear me do it. You're hearing it too. There's something wrong with teachers in there. What were you doing in the staff room? And I was just like,
there's LSD in the coffee machine.
Do you know, it was never badness. It genuinely was doing it to make them laugh, but I was realising they were making a fucking laugh. They were fucking cracking up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like whenever I was in English and they were doing I remember the teacher turned around saying, today we're going to be studying the war poem by Wilfred Owen called Dulce et Decorum Est Patria Mori, and I went, Tricona, McCoy, Tricorum, thing to see. Like, I actually thought I was a gay. Get put out. Do you know what I mean? But now I look back and I feel bad, but I go, it was worth it.
we what happened in my school was our headmaster was your man Monaghan, right? Who's been done recently. But
what for?
For paedophilia. And he's in his 90s, right? So
Fuck.
he didn't even.
Why do they always long runs of facts? Like, they don't get caught until they're
you know.
Yeah.
It's until people fucking get the balls up or fucking get therapy and said.
Yeah, true.
But he came in one day and I think he was playing the long game because he was letting on he was insane. But he came in and he was like, it's good to see all your lads here in the front row here that your mothers are all using the dads because those shorts are white as anything and I like it all white the way it is. And I was like, did he just say that?
I thought whenever you said the mothers are using the dads, I thought you meant for their money.
No,
you meant
dads. Because the dad's doorstep challenge was
yes, that's right. The white.
So he was like, oh, Danny Baker will be wrapping all the doors and Ross Nareen and Turf Lodge and all that. And I'm going, is he really saying this? Like, and we were all sniggering, you know, teachers going, shut up. And we're going, how are you not laughing at what he's talking? Like, it's fucking nonsense.
Literally
the next assembly that got all us together, the teachers sat us all in and there was nobody else in the hall. And I went, fuck it. And I ended up, I turned the mic on and I went, it's good to see all you. And the whole fucking room was like, fuck me. Yeah. And I stand there. And then they're all like laughing even more and I'm going, I'm really funny. And then I looked over and he was just standing at the door. And he went, do you like imitating me then, Mr. Mcdonnell? Do you? Then you think you could do my job better than me and all this year? And everybody was just thinking, I was like, I know. Fuck, I'm a bit fucking stupid.
You better double down whenever you get caught.
Fucking stupid.
Who by?
Him, he put the fuck out of me. You know what he says? You're getting on like a cowboy. If you're getting on like a cowboy, I'll treat you like a cowboy. And he fucked the chair and all the room.
Get away.
The fuck are they? They were bastards. They really were.
The Christian brothers were.
But my ma told the teachers, hit him.
Yeah.
Fucking hit him. My ma gave him a free rein. See if he's pulled, hit him. So see if somebody done something in the class, the teacher hit me because he knew nobody was coming to. Do you know what I mean? I was like, what am I getting hit for?
Yeah.
Because you're not letting me fucking hit you. I need to hit somebody. I'm not hitting the one that done it because his man's nuts.
His man knocked my bollocks in, fuck's sake. Do you know there was a video run about there? Well, it was ages ago of I think it was a guy I was teaching in one of the schools along the road, and some kid ran up and whipped his bags down, just teabagged him while somebody filmed it. But I have to say, I did applaud. He just turned around right away and went, and they just smacked him on the side of the head. And I think they were using that video as proof that the child was hit instead of going, technically your man sexually assaulted the teacher. But sure.
Did he have a big wobbler, did he?
That's the word. I didn't even get to see it. You can only see the bum from the back, for fuck's sake.
Did he have a nice bum?
Speaking of dirty words, let's get into this one. I'll have to.
Agglomerato.
Yeah.
Philia. Agglomatoophilia.
Agglomatoophilia.
What's
Yes.
that mean?
Right. I shall fucking tell you what it means. It's people who like to have sex with statues, essentially. Right? But do you know what made me think of it?
It's really cold. It's really cold.
It's for a reason.
At least he's hard.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Jeffrey Dahmer must
Do you
have
think
had
that's
this.
maybe part of it?
It is, well, they say that it can occur through, like, that it can be associated with that. In fact, there's a wee thing in my book about it that the reason that people do like it is that there's, like, look at this.
I actually thought that was a head. With no glasses on, I thought that was a head. Like, but it's a woman statue.
It's based on like there was a Greek sculptor who fell in love with a sculpture and he wanted it turned into Aphrodite, turned into a real person. But they say that there's like loads of reasons why people can be like this, like they can start. It says here a story like today some men still prefer the multi-dimensional aspect of these forms, right? One case was reported of a man who was, as a 12-year-old boy, became enamoured of a life-size statue at the museum when his mother called it obscene. Later he spotted 2 small statues in a store window and bought them. He began using them while masturbating, and at the age of 34 he hadn't broken the habit even though he was married. Can you imagine? Walking in, your husband, he's sitting there with 2 wee statues.
On the balls himself.
But apparently back in the day, like, this goes back thousands of years, because you used to have statues with removable penises and all. So that people could
I don't know where it is, and I could be getting this totally wrong, but there's a statue somewhere where the women sit on the face or on the hands of the statue, and because it's meant to make them fertile or get them married, and the statue actually is different colour on that parts of the statue.
Yeah, that's actually, there is, it says here, a few ancient statues had removable penises to facilitate their use as dildos. Several statues of Catholic fertility saints, including among others St. Fountain, blah blah blah, were equipped with large phalluses. The Protestants demolished a church at Orange to find a large wooden phallus that had been covered with leather 23 years after. People were still found worshipping it and pouring wine onto the penis because they thought that it would make them fertile. There you go.
That's the same thing that they says they kept your man's penis in a jar. Do you remember?
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Did they actually?
Well, there's no proof. There was a guy who says that he owned it and
there's
he
like
had
6 or 7 people who claim to
Claim
have
to have it.
Rasputin's cock.
So, but the one that they thought was actually it. They done a test on it. It turned out it was an ancient gherkin. It wasn't actually a penis.
A gherkin!
It was a gherkin.
Oh my god, I think I've been conned by that a few times.
McDonald's went, I'm living.
Start fucking marketing the gherkin.
But there's a statue done that with all the stuff where it's rubbed and then thing.
Mm-hmm.
But people, it's like the
you
guy.
can imagine
we
you come
spoke
up with
about in
that.
our
There's been
podcast.
an old priest out there who's went, rub my willy for luck.
It's a thing that's wrong with you. You know, you
Look
can
at
go in.
Dahmer.
Like, how can you be attracted to kids? Do you know, how can you be attracted? There was a guy in England that was attracted to, it was a certain type of tractor. It wasn't even like all tractors. It was a certain model of tractor, and he was caught having sex with it. And then when they got to his house, it was like 400 or fucking 700 cases of it all around the country where he had molested tractors.
Are you serious?
I swear, like, it's not. So people
The
do.
sponsors are still coming out.
But people still. It was my own science teacher.
But what do you do? Like, you oh, wow, that's a good one. What do? Do you see them all on trial going, well, first
It's just people have these madness. And, you know, I don't know. But I suppose everybody has a fetish. Everyone has a fetish. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand feet. I don't like feet.
Do you not like feet?
No, fuck, I think they're disgusting.
Do
But
you?
some people see them as sexual, and I like it couldn't be fucking as far away as I believe. I just fucking hate feet, so I don't understand. But there is people that like them,
and some people absolutely.
There's people that like shit in other people's mouths, you know, and I just don't
That's
get it.
scatophilia. We did that.
I just don't get it. I don't, you know, people pacing at each other. I don't get it.
What about? Would you not find one?
There was a girl and fella I knew in Poglass, like, and this is before like WhatsApp groups and all. But they get drunk one night and he says, "Will you see? We'll not do it," but they were having a party in the house or something. And he had a paddling pool underneath the stairs. And everybody was like, "What's that for?" And he goes, "Me and her pissing each other." Once a month.
Once a month?
In the living room.
On a full
The kids
moon?
go to bed, we fucking come in and piss each other.
Get away.
And everybody's like, "That's not normal."
Yeah, before
And they're like,
anybody.
"Do you not do that?" They're like, "No, you just have an actual fucking paddling pool."
Paddling
under
pool
fucking-
for the water
under
sports.
for the water sports, you know.
Fair
so-
play. Europhilia, isn't it? Did we cover that one? Well, he was covered in piss.
It wasn't Europhilia, it was something different.
It was something different, wasn't it?
Because we assumed it was going to be
Europhilia.
urine or something,
But it wasn't. It was something else. Oh, frig. Well, here, we'll have to wrap up this week's episode because Paddy and I have a meeting after.
Yeah.
More to come on that soon. But thank you so much for joining
problem.
us. Honest.
Thank you for
I
having me on.
absolutely
Eventually
love
got
you.
in.
Eventually got in, yes. Mwah. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
And thank you, word uppers. Please like, share, and follow. Thank you.
All the best.